Punch Man. The first season of One Punch Man is generational. It was the first anime for a lot of people. At least it was for me. It was one of my first animes that I ever watched. I still remember being in 8th grade and watching the show and absolutely loving it. I remember just going up to everybody and telling them to watch the show. The first season also had perfect timing. It came out in 2015, I think. It was just before the massive Infinity War movie, but just in time for all the superhero, the Marvel, all of that stuff to push it. You know, this was before when all of these Marvel movies became ass. The first season was a collaboration between a bunch of legendary animators and a lot of freelancers who went above and beyond just to make sure that we got what we have today. I mean, it's been 10 years and I think the first season holds up to any anime that's come out even in this season. I mean, I still remember all the complaining that I heard when the second season came out, because ever since the first season, it's always been, the quality has always been declining, right? And I still remember all the complaining that was when the second season came out, and I might be the only person that will tell you this. The second season is actually not that bad. I actually kind of like that. And then you compare that to the third season, which is basically a PowerPoint presentation. I mean, how do we go from this to this? First, let's clear things up. The director or the people who worked on the anime should not be receiving as much hate as they're receiving right now. I understand that, you know, criticism is always valid, and if you're paying for a certain product, you expect it to be of a certain quality. I completely understand that. But I think all of this hate should be diverted towards Bandai Namco, who gave the animation team no budget and also 6 months to deliver the whole third season, which is obviously insane, right? I've seen a lot of comments online saying, how could they do this? They had 10 years, why is it so bad? That's like saying Hunter x Hunter has been in production for 10 years. According to this video, the anime was not even in production until March of this year, which gives the production team about 7 which gives them about like 6 to 7 months to actually work on the anime. That's from starting till end, which is insane, right? I don't even get a video out in 6 months, and they're supposed to do a whole season of anime. I want to get into why, you know, the director quit Twitter and what actually happened the entire timeline, but also it's so fucking jarring when you're watching the anime, the third season, and all of a sudden they play you a flashback and it looks beautiful. Like even if the flashback is season 2, the line art is good, everything about it is amazing, and then they come back just PNGs doing the same thing again and again. Did you see that Garo fight where he's just like, and the other one is like, and that's the whole fight, because they cut between that and the fight that they're doing. It's so fucking jarring. Something to remember before we hate on season 3 and the animation quality is that the first season of One Punch Man, all the animators weren't from Madhouse. A lot of top animators from different companies were bought in just to animate this, the first season. So of course the quality was never going to be the same, right? Because they also had freelancers and they also had a ton of different people who came in and went above and beyond, because according to an article that I read, they were also given the same budget and the same time, but these people went above and beyond to deliver what we have. So we cannot expect season 1 from every single season, but what is this? I mean, why did they give Budget Jack the Ripper boobs, man? This might be the perfect example of what's happening for season 3, because these animators and these keyframers, they're all so overworked to the point that they don't even have someone proofreading the final drafts before they air it on TV. Now, let's get back to the original topic of the video. Why did the director for One Punch Man quit Twitter altogether? Now, see, when the third season was actually announced, a lot of people thought it was an April Fool's joke, because none of us ever thought this was ever going to happen. And then, after a while, the director was announced. It was Shin Nagai. And, you know, everyone was a bit skeptical because no one knew anything about him and he was pretty new. But he was but there was a lot of expectations from him, because he was going to be directing a legendary anime, but also he was one of the few people who would actually respond back to fans on Twitter and, you know, talk to them. Like his tweet here when he was announced. Hello everyone, nice to meet you. I'm Shin Nagai, the director of One Punch Man Season 3. I completely understand everyone's reaction. Please calm down and hear me out. I'll explain why I was chosen, and it might be a bit long, but please listen. I've been a freelancer from the very beginning, and that hasn't changed. At 37, I wrapped up my apprenticeship and stepped into the anime world. I learned how to create hybrid animations with 3D. And after that, I switched to a 3D company just for 1 year. My goal was always Manglo. I honed my skills on episode 6 of Gangsta and Samurai Flamenco, among others. I was aiming for a hybrid of 3D CG and hand-drawn animation, but everyone knows Manglo ended up closing down. And even when the anime production started, he would still make sure that he kept all the fans informed. He would answer their questions on Twitter no matter what their questions were. Thanks for your work. I have a question. Do you think One Punch Man Season 3 will live up to the expectations and become a big hit on social media and award shows? I won't spare any efforts to make a better film. There are plenty of things to do, so when my hands are free, I'll help out in other departments and keep up till the very last moment. Do you have any animators as a reference? I tried my best to resemble the teacher Murata's drawings as much as possible. I bet I'd get scolded if I showed them to them. The heroes are everyone involved, JC staff and the freelancers. I'm just the director by chance. And you can't make an anime all alone after all. But based on his tweets, you could tell that the production was hell for him. I'm tired today. I'll try my best tomorrow. It'll all be over soon. I'm working too hard and can't sleep. My body hurts so much I can't sleep. I've increased my medication. It shouldn't last me a few more days. I'll take some painkillers and sleeping pills for now. I should be able to get 6 hours of sleep. Briefly after the anime started airing, the director tweeted out this. It's sad to see kind fans who had high expectations get angry and curse and say, "You have betrayed our expectations!" And this was obviously a general remark about how the reaction of the audience towards the anime that's coming out. This is around the 2nd or 3rd episode, so it was not really as bad as the 6th episode, right? But you know, it was up there. And one person in particular thought it was all about him. He made a video saying, "The director of One Punch Man is disappointed in me, and this is my response. I have made it severe and continue." Now, I'm just kidding. But in the video, he goes through, he's like, he's disappointed in me, and he talks about, the production and all of that. But then he's watching One Punch Man, and he loses his shit. Brother, these are just cartoons. End of the day, these are just fucking cartoons, so chill out. Alright? I low-key feel like some people just need to go outside. And just before the disaster that was the 6th episode aired, which has made history by being the lowest ranked anime episode ever. Does it deserve that because it's way below XR? Maybe, or maybe it might just be the expectations of fans that were never met, right? I mean, I understand it being that low, but the lowest in anime history, I can think of some which could go there. Season 1 of Sword Art Online. Okay, I'm joking, but all of this hate was too much for the director of One Punch Man, and he quit Twitter altogether because all the hate and reaction that he was getting too much to him, right? Because obviously he was stressed out with the production, and now he has to deal with the fans too. So just before he deleted Twitter permanently, he tweeted out this. I'm a director who specializes in romantic comedies and short animes. I've never worked in an action series like One Punch Man in my career. Considering all this, don't you think the chance of me being chosen are close to zero? I'm sorry for not meeting your expectations. I have some rather unfortunate news. There are a few people among my followers who are pretending to be allies that are actually engaging in rage baiting. So I've decided to delete my account. Their actions, such as taking my statements out of context, trying to excite comments that violate NDAs, or turning them into profits, are unacceptable and cannot be overlooked. I've always done my best for the fans with utmost sincerity. but I've come to the conclusion that continuing in this environment is unattainable for this project. It's always the genuine fans who end up suffering the most. I cannot forgive those who tarnish the staff's honor or exploit the struggle of the creators for profit through hate. Therefore, I'll be deleting Shin Nagai's account entirely. I will not create any accounts in future either. I cannot overlook actions that degrade the work itself, so I ask for your understanding. Honestly, this is taking a toll on my mental health, and it only brings negative to the work, the staff, and the original creators. But such despicable behavior is unforgivable. To the fans who have truly been kind to me, I want to express my gratitude and apologize. It was truly enjoyable. It's kind of sad to see just one person take all the responsibility for a bunch of bad decisions made by a huge media conglomerate, and it's also kind of sad to see this person who really wanted to make something good, basically be bullied on the internet. Now, do I think that they're saving up all that budget for the last 2 episodes of this season, and they're gonna be the best 2 episodes of the show to have ever come out? I don't know. I mean, I hope so. But right now, it's suffering the same fate as Framelock and the promised Frameland, right? If there's any hate, it should be directed towards Bandai Namco and nowhere close to the director. I'm sure he tried his best with the limited resources that he had. Alright, that's it. Bye!